usual, we have to start our class by reciting Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa for 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So, shall we start by... So
yes, Sayadaw.
First of all, I would like to say I'm very happy to be with you to share Dhamma knowledge, especially Abhidhamma, so with you all. So before we talk, that we directly go to the Abhidhamma. So today I plan to explain something about the purpose of the Buddha, appearance of the Buddha. And then after that, we will go to explain Abhidhamma. So then we can understand. First part is about the Buddhism and why did the Buddha appear in the world. And then second part is the importance of the Abhidhamma. Okay, so regarding the appearance of the Buddha, so as you all may know, that our Buddha name is Gautama. Clean name is Gautama. So because he became an enlightened person, that's why he is known as the Buddha, the knower, or the enlightened person. So to become a Buddha, so he fulfilled 10 perfections, 5 sacrifices for 3 purposes, for many, many war cycles. So in number, it is mentioned that Bodhisattva, as a Bodhisattva, he fulfilled 10 perfections for asankhya, incalculable, and 100,000 eons. So very, very long journey to become a Buddha. So it is very rare, very, very rare to appear the Buddha in the world. So over 4 asankhya and 100,000 cycles ago, Bodhisattva at that time was born as a Sumedha, as a human being. His name is Sumedha. Then he was born in a rich family. Then after the death of his parents, he was inherited a large number of treasures, wealth. Then what he thinks is that my parents could not take these properties away within when they leave the human world. In my case, I will take them all. Then the way to take this property, this wealth together with him is nothing but the generosity or generous offering or generous sharing to those who are in need. Generous sharing of these properties with those who are in need. So that's why he make it offering ceremony for many days. So even though he offer every day, the property does not finish. So that's why finally it will take long time. He thought to himself that it will take long time if I do like this. So it would be better if I open the door and then let everyone take whatever they want. So in this way, he opened the door and then he said, Deinan Yewa, Haradu. Deinan Yewa means all are giving. Haradu means let everyone take, let anyone take, no problem. There will be no problem, no crime by taking this because I already gave. So in this way, he opened up all of his property and then gave all of them. Then for him, he renounced the war and then he go to the deep forest and then he practiced meditation there and then up to until he attained the 8 mundane attainments that they call jhana, together with the abhiññana. Abhiññana is superior wisdom, superior wisdom. That can, with this abhiññana, he can see something which is far as well as which is near. So even though, and also he can hear every sound. And also he can fly in the sky and so on. So these are mundane abhiññana, mundane attainments. So then one day he went to the city through the sky. It means through the abhiññana. And then he saw many people are walking happily. Then he inquired what they are doing. What are they doing? Then finally he came to know that, oh, there appeared the Buddha in the world. So the people told him, don't you know that in the world there appeared the Buddha? So then that word is very, very wonderful for him. So he have never heard that the Buddha appears in the world. So that's why when he heard that word, then he thought to himself, so even to hear the word Buddha, the enlightened person, is very, very difficult. So much less to say is the appearance of the Buddha. So now I'm very lucky to see the Buddha and also to know the appearance of the Buddha. Then he want to also participate with the people who are working for the preparation to welcome the Buddha Dipankara. At that time, the Buddha Dipankara appeared in the world. The Buddha Dipankara visited to that place, to that city. Then people are preparing rose and also flowers and honors, venerations, like that. So then he want to join this meritorious group. Then he has said, let me get a chance to offer my labor to welcome the Buddha. Then at that time they give a sort of place which is a muddy land. So a lot of mud, a lot of waters are there. Then he has to make a road. Then for the body Sumedha Hamid, as you know, that he already attained the jhana, abhiññana. That's why he can create with his abhiññana. But he think it is better to offer my ordinary labor or human labor. So in this way, he tried to make a road, prepare a road for the Buddha and his 400,000 disciples. And because of the road, the portion he got is so muddy and so wet. That's why he could not finish in time. So finally, what he do is, so okay, I cannot finish the road to prepare for the Buddha. So it would be better. I offer my body, myself, my life to the Buddha as a bridge. So let the Buddha and his 400,000 disciples step on me and then cross this place. Then he lied down. Okay, he lied down on the way at that time with the open eye. He tried to see the Buddha. So he feel very, very happy to see the Buddha. And also the 400,000 disciples, surrounded by the 400,000 disciples. So then it was very, very inspiring scene for him. That's why he thought to himself, so if I become a follower of the Dipankara Buddha, and then if I become a monk under the guidance of the Dipankara Buddha, I could become an arahant. I could become an arahant, he thought to himself. Because he know himself, he already attained the jhana, abhinyana. So that's why, if he get a good guidance received from the Buddha, Dipankara, for him, he is sure, I will surely attain arahanthood in this very life. So he understands his own capability. And then he thought again, so there are many, many beings who are suffering in the midst of the birth, aging, and death. They are going one life after another, experiencing endless suffering. So as he did, so he was suffering many, many existences. So birth, aging, and death, birth, aging, and death, and so on, repeatedly or endlessly, experiencing the bitter taste of the suffering. So that's why he is so compassionate to many other sentient beings. So under the teachings of the Dipankara Buddha, there were many people, innumerable number of the people will be liberated from the round of the suffering. So if I become a Buddha, if I attain the Sabinyuta Jnana, the omniscient wisdom, I also will be very helpful for the beings, innumerable number of the beings, to be free from the round of the suffering. So that is a very, very remarkable way of thinking of the Bodhisattva. And also we can say, or we can assume that this is the purpose of the being a Buddha. So to become a Buddha is not just to receive honor and veneration from the beings, but to save or to help people or to help many, many beings liberated from the round of suffering. So this is main aim of the Buddha. Okay, main aim of the being a Buddha. So with this aim, so he fulfilled 10 perfections for asankheyas and then 100,000 war cycles, 100,000 eons. So throughout these existences, he sacrificed his life, his plans, his positions and possessions, everything he possessed, he has. So only one purpose, that is to attain the Buddhahood. So the purpose of the being a Buddha is to have people liberated from the round of suffering. So finally, in his last life, he was born as a Sayadaw, Princess Sayadaw, from King Suddhodana and Queen Maya Devi in the Kapilavastu city. So then, as you all know, that soon after his mother Maya Devi gave birth to him, he Bodhisattva, right after the rebirth, and he was able to walk, able to stand, able to speak. Okay, very wonderful thing. That is, he was able to stand. Others' children, so as soon as they were born, they cannot stand, much less to walk. But for the Bodhisattva, he was able to stand on his own head, on his own legs, and also he was able to walk, and also he was able to speak out. So what he say is that this life is the last life for me, and also there will be no more existence for me. So, and also I am the best. Okay, I am the greatest. So in this way he proclaimed. So that's what that show is with this wonderful thing is that so in the soil of India, the Buddha Bodhisattva was born, and as soon as he was born, he could stand on his own legs, and also he could walk, and then he could proclaim. So the point or the sign that indicates that he was standing on his own view, and also he will make his own way, and also he will deliver the way he discovered. So his own way is nothing but the way to liberate all sentient beings from the round of suffering. So with this purpose, he will make the new ways, and then with that the new way, he will lead many hundreds or thousands of beings, innumerable number of beings from the round of suffering. So, and then at the age of 29, he renounced the war, and then he's practiced for 6 years. He practiced Dukkaracharya, that is a very extreme ascetic practice for 6 long years. Then finally he came to know that this is also not the way to be liberated. Then he tried to recollect the first jhana he attained as a childhood, and then he tried to enter the jhana again, and then he tried to attain second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, and so on. And then after the making himself a mastery in these jhanas, he tried to direct his mind towards his previous existences. So at that time, with the attainment of a fourth jhana, his mind is very pure, very bright, and also his mind is associated with a neutrality, that is equanimity, upekha vedana, upekha, or dadara majadada, we can simply say. So that's why his mind is very bright and also very, once he incline his mind towards whatever object, that object clearly appear in his mind. And then he contemplate on this object, then he can see everything clearly. That is the attainment of the recollection, the attainment of the knowledge of the recollecting the previous existences. So he trying to recall previous existences, one life after another. So until the life of the Sumedha. And also from that life of the Sumedha up to the life of the previous life, that is the life in the Tusita abode. So in this way, he trying to know the previous existences and then attain the first superior knowledge. That is Bhuvanivasa Nusati Jnana, the knowledge of the recollecting the past or previous existences. Then after that, he trying to direct his mind to the to see beings who are on the verge of the death. It means that they are nearly dying, and also those who are entering into the mother's womb, that is what taking conception in the mother's womb, that is Padisandi moment of the beings. So from seeing that one, so not only he see people or beings born, or beings those who are born as well as those who are dying, and then why they die from there, and then how they were born, or because of which karma they were born in this happy destiny or unhappy destiny, and so on. In this way, with the attainment, he attained the divine eye, the knowledge of the divine eye. So with the knowledge of the divine eye, he came to know not only beings who are born as well as who die, but also where they born, and also why they were born there, why they are experiencing in this condition, so in a happy manner or in a miserable manner. So it is called Yathakamubhaka Jnana as well. So then after that, with these two knowledges, what he know is the conventional truth. Conventional truth. So the things that is happening in the world. So how people happen, why people happen. So in that existence, what is their name, what is their lineage, what is their positions, and what is their possession, and so on. So all of them are, so with the first superior knowledge, and then with the second superior knowledge, what the Bodhisattva see is the conventional truth, and also the concept very clearly. Then after that, he direct his mind toward the ultimate reality. Okay, toward the ultimate reality. Ultimate reality means a Nama and Rupa. Okay, Nama and Rupa, how Nama and Rupas are happening, how five aggregates are arising. So, and also what is the cause of the arising of these five aggregates, and also whether there is a cessation from these cessation or liberation from these aggregates, or what is the way leading to the cessation of these aggregates. So, and also he tried to contemplate the mental defilements or mental intoxicants, asava. It is called mental intoxicants. What are the mental intoxicants? So that means if these dhammas happen within ourselves, then we become intoxicated. We cannot differentiate good and bad, right and wrong, beneficial or not. So that's sort of dhamma. So what are they? How do they arise? And then the cessation of these mental intoxicants and the way leading to the cessation of these mental intoxicants. So with that last knowledge, the Buddha discern all the mentality, materiality, and also together with their common characteristics, and also together with their specific or individual characteristics, together with their conditional relationship, okay, among these dhammas. So in this way, the Bodhisattva finally become a perfectly self-enlightened person. Okay, with this, starting from the time he became the Buddha, then he tried to fulfill the wish to help people, to help beings liberated from the round of the suffering for 45 years. So with this saying, I have only one aim. The aim is that why the Buddha appear in the world. The Buddha want to help people to be liberated from the round of the suffering. So then the question may arise that why does he need, or why did he need to save the people, to help the people to be liberated from the round of the suffering? Because in the Bodhisattva's eye, or in the Buddha's eye, the people or being, all of the beings, including human beings, they are in the midst of the suffering, so under the control of the suffering. They are repeatedly going life after life, experiencing birth, aging, and death. So, and also sorrow, lamentations, many social problems, economic problems, many problems. All are experiencing dukkha. So, and also one thing is that they don't even know that they are experiencing dukkha. Rather, many thought to themselves that they are experiencing happiness, even to the dukkha. So that's why the Buddha feel very compassionate to all sentient beings. That's why they are, the Bodhisattva and Buddha understood that they are in need to be helped. So that they will be liberated from the vicious cycle of suffering. So when they come to know that is a dukkha, and also a dukkha as a dukkha, and also the cause of the dukkha, and then the way leading to the cessation of the suffering, they will surely be liberated, or at least they will surely be able to live happily in this very life if they got a chance to have the guidance from the Buddha. Or if they are able, or if they are capable, they will be able to live happily in the future existences. Or if they are the most capable person, they will be totally liberated from the round of the suffering. So with this understanding, Buddha, with this purpose, the Buddha as well as the Buddha appear in the world. So if we get a chance to listen the teachings of the Buddha or to get a guidance from the Buddha's teaching, then I'm sure we will have a happiness in this very life as well as happiness in the lives to come. And also it will be very helpful for us to be liberated from the round of the suffering. So to have a happy life in this existence and the existences to come. So it is enough to live in accordance with the guidance of the Buddha on the conventional truth. Okay, if we understand conventional truth as it is, then if we live in accordance with the guidance of the Buddha, then we are sure to be able to live happily in this very life, and also we can make better future existences. But with the conventional truth alone, we cannot be liberated from the round of the suffering. And then we cannot enjoy the ultimate bliss of the Nibbana with the conventional truth alone. So that's why the Buddha explained Abhidhamma. Okay? So Abhidhamma is suppose we can simply say a subject, okay, that explains not the conventional truth, but the ultimate truth, Paramattha. Okay, Paramattha here, I would like to explain what Paramattha means. Paramattha means something which remain the same, even though the time change, the location change. Time, location cannot make the sense of that thing to be changed. So in brief, we can say Paramattha is something that remains the same under the change of a time and space. Okay, so that sort of thing is not many in number, but only four. Only four things it really exists. Because they don't change. Really exists here means they don't change in the face of the time change or in the face of the space change or location change. So suppose the number one is the citta. Okay, citta is a consciousness. Consciousness, I have a consciousness, you all have a consciousness individually. So any consciousness which remain or which exists in any individual has only one nature. That nature is to know the object. Okay, mind consciousness knows object, and also your consciousness also knows the object. So even you can see the consciousness of a bird, it also knows the object. Even location change, but its nature remains the same. the nature of the consciousness remain the same, remain unchanged. Even though time change, it remains the same. Even though space change, no problem, it remains the same. So that is why consciousness is Paramatha Dhamma, or ultimate reality, really exists. So if something which is changeable because of the time, because of the space, then it cannot be called ultimate reality. But it can be said it is truth. For example, table, chair, or computer, or whatever. So they are in the previous condition, they are not table. Maybe they are wood, they are tree, or they are plant. But after that, when it is reached to the carpenter, then carpenter make it to be table or chair and so on. So at that time, what happened is the nature also changed. So whatever change in terms of the change of the space and time, it cannot be called Paramatha Dhamma. It can be called the Panyati Dhamma concept. Okay? It is the truth in the conventional sense. Okay, we can say it is a human being, it is a monk, it is a nun. So we can say that it is truth in the sense of the convention. So the word is said like this. So, but in the sense of ultimate reality, there is no man, no nuns, no human being, but only the nama, rupa, and their process. Mentality and materialities and their process are there. So material, and among the mentality also, Citta, Cittasika. Citta is only the Dhamma that knows object, that aware the object. So that sort of thing is about consciousness. That consciousness, as I explained before, remain unchanged. Remain unchanged means in terms of its intrinsic characteristics, it does not change. Okay, it does not change. So whatever it is, it knows or it awares the object. Now, whoever possesses this subject, this consciousness, it knows the objects. That's why Jada is a God, ultimate reality, one of the ultimate reality, Paramatha Dhamma. And also Cittasika. Cittasika is the Dhamma that associate with the consciousness. So this the Cittasika is in the Dhammasangini Pali as well as in the Abhidhammata Sangha. It is enumerated as 52. Okay, 52 Cittasikas are there. 52 Cittasika. Among them, we can pick up some of them. Maybe very common one is Lobha. Okay, Lobha. Lobha is a greed or attachment. Okay, if we have a Lobha, or if we have a Lobha, if I have a Lobha, Lobha's nature, or if Lobha arises in my mind, the nature of Lobha is to cling, okay, to attach, or to desire for something, to desire for the drinking water, or to desire for the luxurious house or car, and so on. So the greedy nature does not change. If I have a lobha or lobha arises in me, then there arises a greedy nature. So also lobha arises in you or in any beings, even deities. If lobha arises, then they be greedy. Okay, the greedy nature arises. That's why Cittasika is also God. what ultimate reality, Paramattha Dhamma, because they don't change their intrinsic nature, intrinsic characteristics. So also another thing is a rupa, materiality. Basically, we have we are made up of the four great elements. Okay, four great elements. So that they are named as the earth, Prithvi, earth, and then Abo, water, and then Tejo, heat or fire, and the Vayo, wind. So this is also a kind of, so if we translate it like this, it is stay in the sense of the conventional truth. But if we go deeper, Prithvi nature, okay, Prithvi nature is there. The nature of the earth is hardness and softness. Okay, hardness and softness is there. So it is called Prithvi. So wherever that Prithvi is there, there is hardness nature, softness nature. So because of the supporting condition, it may change to be hard, it may change to be soft, but so only these two nature they have. So also Abo, Tejo, Vayo, like that, they have they may be in a different places. This is materiality, but they don't change from their own intrinsic characteristics. So that's why this materiality is also called Brahmata Dhamma, ultimate reality. Then the last one, the last ultimate reality is Nibbana. Okay, Nibbana is very difficult to explain because we didn't get it. And also only through the experience, only when we experience Nibbana by ourselves, we can really know what Nibbana is. But in the conventional explanation, we have to say that Nibbana is a very peaceful place. Why it is peaceful? Because there is no greed. So we are feeling burning. We feel burning. And then we feel greedy. We feel unstable. So why? Because the lobha is there, greed is there, and also dosa, hatred is there, and also moha, delusion is there. When lobha, as soon as lobha is no more in our mind, we feel very peaceful at that very moment. And also, as soon as no more dosa, then we feel very peaceful when we are released from the dosa, hatred. And also, if we attain a sort of wisdom, that time also very peaceful. So Nibbana is nothing but the absence of the greed, hatred, and delusion. So, but to attain the Nibbana, that Nibbana bliss. So, or Nibbana itself is also one of the Paramattha Dhamma, ultimate reality, because it has a peaceful nature. Whoever attain the Nibbana, they experience the peace. So maybe if I attain the Nibbana, I experience peace. If you attain the Nibbana, you experience peace. So peaceful nature of the Nibbana never change. So it remains the same. So that's why these four things are called ultimate reality. Okay, these are the four ultimate realities are explained in the Abhidhamma. Okay, in the Abhidhamma, so four ultimate realities are explained. So to meet the purpose or the appearance of the Buddha, so and also to be able to make use of the experiencing what encountering with the Buddha's teaching, Buddha Dhamma. So it is encouraged to study Abhidhamma, because through the study of Abhidhamma, we understand more and more about the reality of life, and also about the reality of nature. Okay, so long as we don't understand the reality of life, power, and the reality of nature, sabhava, then we may not be able to keep our mind straight. Okay, if we are not able to keep our mind straight, then we cannot keep our actions great. Okay, we cannot keep our actions great. It means so lack of a wisdom, lack of a knowledge about how these ultimate realities are happening, and also what is their nature, characteristics, function, and also how they are working, depending on one another. So if we don't know, then we will not be able to keep our mind straight. If our mind is not straight but cunning, then our action will be very bunny. Okay? We make bunny actions. That action will be harmful to the others, as well as will be harmful to ourselves. So that's why it is very, very important for us to understand the Abhidhamma. So through the understanding of the Abhidhamma, we come to realize not only the conventional truth, but also the ultimate reality. So if we come to realize ultimate reality, then together with their process, okay, together with their process.
Sayadaw.
Yeah.
Sorry, 你比较难架他的票。看那种。
Yes.
看那种票，你比较难架了。
Here also line jia.
So actually we stopped at the nature of life. Yeah, we stopped there.
Okay, now I will repeat again.
Yeah.
So Abhidhamma study help us understand the nature of life, as well as the nature of reality. Okay? The reality, ultimate reality, together with their characteristics, individual characteristics, as well as common characteristics, and also how these ultimate realities are conditioning conditioning another to arise. Okay, so in this way we can enhance. In this way, we can enhance our we can with this understanding of the reality of a life, or the nature of a life, and also the nature of a reality, then we can keep our mind straight. Okay, then if we are able to keep our mind straight, our mental process is straight, and then we can make our actions great. Okay, it means our action will be very good to others, to each other, to the community, to the society, then it will be very peaceful too. Because we know we have a Abhidhamma knowledge. Okay. So without the Abhidhamma knowledge, we don't know how they are functioning. So, and then we may misunderstand that okay, we are created by the God, or we are created by the great Brahma, or we are created by the Almighty unseen beings, and so on. And also, we have to live not only for this life. There is no another existence after this life, and so on. Then in this way, this is a misunderstanding. Okay, or not understanding the real nature of our life and also the real nature of the reality. So if we don't understand like this, then our mentality, our attitude will not be straight enough. Okay, it will be our attitude will be very burning, okay, attitude. Then with this attitude, we will make harm to ourselves as well as to the community, to the society, to the beings around us. Okay, so that's why Abhidhamma study is very, very important and also very, very helpful and beneficial for everyone who want to keep his life straight enough, and also who want to experience the happiness in this very life, in the future, in the better future existences, as well as even to be liberated from the round of suffering. So that's why it is highly encouraged, and also it is. I'm very happy to see many people who are interested in studying Buddha Abhidhamma. Okay, so with this, I conclude today's talk. Thank you so much for listening. So, and then firstly, we will conclude by reciting Buddha Sasana, Chiran, Data 2-3 times. Then after that, if you have any question, so we can have a Q&A session. Buddha Sasana, Chiran, Data 2. Buddha Sasana, Chiran, Data 2. Buddha Sasana, Chiran, Data 2. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Sayadaw.
Yeah. So if there is any question, so I will be very happy to answer.
If 如果大家有问题的话，现在可以问。没问题是吗？没问题是不是 ？OK， 1、2、3、4、5，好，没问题吧
Good evening. Good night, Pante. I want to know this course is destined to the Dhamma, Rūpa, and so on. What should we do to learn what part of the lessons in the document in the textbook. We should learn in advance.
Okay. Thank you very much. I see that your name is Ruka. Ruka,
Yeah.
Ruka is a tree.
Yeah,
Right.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So today is the very beginning day of our discussion about the Abhidhamma. That's why I just introduced the purpose of the appearance of the Buddha, and also the importance of the study of the Abhidhamma. So in the coming, maybe starting from the tomorrow, we will start from the document you already got. Okay, that document is related to the materiality, rupa. Okay, among the four ultimate reality, we have citta, cittasika, rupa, and nibbana. So traditionally, we start from the citta, start to study from the citta, but I prefer to start from the materiality, rupa, okay, rupa chapter. So because rupa are very, very obvious to us, okay, we have a rupa, and also it is, rupa is not the abstract, but a concrete term, and also it is, it can be experienced through our day-to-day life. So that's why we were started from the Rupa chapter. So from what you have is the documents related to the Rupa chapter. So for now, I will read the document for you to read ahead. Maybe I think you have 13 pages, okay? And 13 pages, then you can go to where? You can go up to the page number 5, okay? From page number 1 to page number 5, not page number 1 to page number 3, not many, okay? For tomorrow, you start to read from the page number 1 to page number 3 from this document. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Pante.
Sayadaw, there
Yeah.
is a question. 解脱的众生是不是都算他的弟子 ？OK， because in the Mula, so they said every Buddha has the number of disciples is a fixed, right? It's a fixed disciples. So, but all the liberated beings, can we count them as his disciples?
Can you say again?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, because in the Sutta, generally we say every Buddha has their own disciples, right? There's the fixed number of disciples.
Actually,
but how about?
not the fifth disciple. For the first question, whether the Buddha has a fifth disciple or not. Okay, so the number of a disciple is not fixed actually. But the disciple here means who are to be liberated under the guidance of the Buddha. Okay, this is no fixed number. So only what we can fix is who will be the right-hand disciple, left-hand disciple, and how many great disciples, like that. For example, for the Gautama Buddha, we have 80 great disciples are there. So others are normal disciples. Okay. So that's why we don't have such a limit number. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I think her question is regarding the we have the Ekasawaka, Mahasawaka, such disciples.
Okay, that is
Yeah.
if we refer to that, it is right. First, Ekasawaka, Mahasawaka, and Siddhi Mahasawaka, like that. Right. And then another part is hello.
Okay, Sayadaw. So his question, one dummy Sayadaw. So we would like to know how about Sayadaw's idea regarding the Jataka stories, because in the Jataka stories the animals can talk with the Bodhisattva. So they use a Pali or not?
Animals in the Jataka story, yet the Bodhisattva, or maybe they have their own language. But among the same beings, for example, among the cat or among the monkeys, they have a monkey also have a monkey language. Monkey language, rather to make other people understand. Nowadays also you see they have people have many how to say the habit of keeping pets. Okay, so more or less they are quite understandable to one another, even though one is a dog, one is a human, dog and human being. They communicate through through the maybe gesture or through the sound, like that. Nowadays also. So also I think in the Jataka stories, they explain because it is already made up. Okay, it is already made up. So the emphasis on the Jataka story is that they want to say that there is a sort of conversation. So this conversation gave from this conversation what we can get is a kind of a lesson, and so that message they want to give. Okay, so but they don't mention what Bali language or any other language it is using. It is not directly mentioned. So in my understanding, the language is nowadays also we have people are very familiar with the cats and dogs. The dogs are also very much understandable. They understand people as well as they show, or maybe they make a sound, whatever they want or whenever they want. Okay, so that's sort of the two, sort of two, or the two for the communication. So in this way, I understand like that.
So because in the Jataka stories, it's like Indian mythology like that one.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, hello. 这涅槃后不再陪众生一起轮回，和汉地讲过的再回来度众生那些菩萨有啥区别？OK， 这个问题是真正的涅槃之乐，涅槃后不再陪众生一起轮回，和汉地讲过的再回来度众生的那些菩萨有什么区别？这个会发有。Okay, because we talk about the bliss of the Nibbana. So when the person, the Arya enter the Nibbana, so they will not come back to enter the samsara, right? To experience samsara. So what is the difference of this type of beings between this type of beings and what we talk about in the Mahayana Buddhism? So they said the Bodhisattva will come back to the samsara and to help beings.
Yeah. So there is a different view between Theravada and Mahayana. Okay. Regarding the Bodhisattva. So Mahayana, in the Mahayana view, Bodhisattva is Arahant. So because you see, it is for them also very interesting. I try to think why do they assume that a Bodhisattva is Arahant? Because the way Bodhisattva did for the service of the humanity is very, very unimaginable. For an ordinary being, they could not do like this. So, for example, they sacrifice their life. Bodhisattva sacrificed his life for the benefit of other beings. That is unimaginable for the ordinary beings. That's why I think they assume that it is Bodhisattva must be Arahant. Actually, in the Theravada tradition, Bodhisattva is the word derived from the body in Sattva. So very recently, I got one philologist. He explained that Bodhisattva is a body. It derived from the body Sakta. Sakta means like a Satya. Satya is capable. Who is capable to attain the body? Okay. So if we translate the Bodhisattva from the Bodhisattva, if we directly say like that, the Bodhisattva is body being, enlightened being like that, it will be. Actually, it is better to say Bodhisattva to the Bodhisattva. S-A-K-T-A. It means a capable, like a Sakka. So, Bodhisattva, in that sense, it is the one who is capable to attain the enlightenment. But it doesn't mean that who already attained the enlightenment. Okay? But if he is willing, if he practice under the guidance of the Buddha, then he will certainly attain arahanthood. Okay, that's why he is a called Bodhisattva. So Bodhisattva in the Theravada tradition, because his aspiration, his firm determination to become a Buddha, that's why even though he practiced meditation, he attained only Vipassana Jnana. Okay, he don't go beyond Anuloma Jnana. So that's why much less to become an Arahant. Even he is not a Swadapati Mega, the first level of the noble person, even he is not in that state, but he is a Putujana person, worldly person. So that is in the Theravada tradition. So, and also one there we have many textual evidence in the Theravada tradition. I think in the Mahayana tradition also, if we read the text, okay, the original text of the Buddha, maybe we have a Chinese version, not the interpretation, but the like Agama and so on. They have mentioned any Arahant after the attainment of Arahut, they say the same word, that is Ayamandima Jadi. Okay, this life is the last life. Nati Dhani Puna Bhawa. There will be no future existence for me. Every Arahant, they proclaim this word. And then this statement is a stereotypical statement available not only in the Theravada, Majjhima Nikaya, Digha Nikaya, but also it is available in the Agama, Chinese Agama as well. So that's why please try to study Agama as well. Then there you can know that the difference between Arahant and Bodhisattva. If he is an Arahant, there will be no more existence for him. But for the Bodhisattva, he has many hundreds or thousands of existences to fulfill perfection for the attainment of the Buddha. Okay. And then you may understand this.
Yes, Sayadaw. Wait, another question. So okay, one time is Sayadaw. So when see the Buddha is very real to appear in this world. So but the Dharma in the Deva world, they can keep for a long time. So if the Sumedha Bodhisattva got the Abhinya, so can he goes to the Deva world to listen to Dharma? Or maybe they can they can preach Dharma in the human world.
Sumedha. So whoever,
Yes, Sumedha Bodhisattva.
whoever attained the Vijnana, okay, whoever attained the Vijnana, they can go to the Deva world. Even they can go to the Brahma world as well. It is evident in our Digha Nikaya Bali. There is a one discourse. So the first volume, Sila Candamukha Bali. There was a monk who already attained a Vijnana. And then he wanted to know where the four great elements cease to exist. Okay, so that's why he flying, he disappeared from the human world, and then he go to the four guardian deities, Candamukha, and they ask whether, and they ask then, where does these four great elements cease? Please tell me. So they cannot say. So they say, we don't know. Please go to the Sakka, king of the Deva, towering world, and then he may know. Then that man disappear from the Candamukha with the Vijnana, and the Abhiya and the Dawarinsa. And then ask king of the Sakka. King of the Sakka, king of the Deva, the Sakka, he also say, I don't know. Please go to the higher Deva. Maybe in this way, it reached to the Mara. So Mara also say, Vasavati Deva also. He say, I don't know. Maybe you better go to Brahma world. And then ask Brahma. Okay, Brahma may know that. And he disappear from the Deva world and then go to the Brahma world. Okay, and then Brahma's he asked a great Brahma, he encountered with the Mahabrahma, and then he asked the Mahabrahma, do you know where the four great elements ceases? If you know, tell me. And but because he asked in front of the many audience, Mahabrahma don't answer him, but he say, I'm a great Brahma, I'm a creator of the world. I created this being, that being, and so on. Then he said, no, I don't ask you that. What I ask you is where four great elements ceases to exist. Then for 2 times, for 3 times, he asked. Then Mahabrahma, he just hold the hands of the that man, and then he said, and then bring to another place, secret place. Why do you repeatedly ask me that question? Okay. If I say I don't know, then it will be very shameful for me. Okay, in front of the many audience. So that's why I answer like that. So actually, I also don't know. This is not my fault. It is your own fault. Because you come to me, you have to go to the Buddha directly. The Buddha, he is a knower of the everything. That's why if he can explain you, but I can't. So from that story, from that discourse, not the story, we can understand that if we attain the Abhinyana, you can go not only do the Deva war, but also do the what the Brahma abode as well. Okay.
So actually his question is because in the Deva world we also have Dharma, right? So the Deva's lifespan is so long, so they can keep the Dharma. But Sumedha has Abhinya, so can he go the Deva world to listen the Dharma?
No,
Cannot,
actually he don't go there. So yeah, he can go, but he didn't go. That point.
是Sayadaw,
Yeah.
another question is, when we talk about the Deva world, so this Deva world is what we call the now this universe. They are in this universe, or is beyond this universe? What we call the universe now?
The same universe.
The same universe, okay. 是那个
same universe. So also there are devas in another universe. Many universe war systems are there. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sayadaw. I'm reading the question.
Okay.
So because actually Sayadaw explained that story, I think from the Gevada Sutta, right?
Sila Candamukha.
I think this is from Gevada Sutta.
Devada Sutta.
So Gevada Sutta is the monk who asked questions regarding that one.
That also, it is Samyutta Nikaya.
No, in the Digha Nikaya, we have one sutta. It's called the Gevada Sutta.
Okay. I don't remember the name of the sutta. Okay. So, but if you remember, that is okay, and the sutta. Okay.
So this question is regarding that one. Even in the Tamadinsa world, in the Sutama there, so no any area knows the four agreement and the four Mahabuddhas. How do they disappear? So no any areas they know that one, even in the Tamadinsa world.
So that is the difference between Buddha and then disciples. Okay, noble persons. So for the noble persons, they know it, but they don't know how to explain. Okay, but for the Buddha, he know as well as he know he know how to explain as well. So that's why the Ariya Deva also there, but they may not able to explain. And also that is one point. And also in that discourse, the Buddha say when the man come back to him and read such a question, so he said, the Buddha changed the question. You should not ask where it sees, okay, where it sees. Then also the Buddha explained that when these other day, but this dhatu cannot be grasped by the mind. Okay, when this dhatu, this progress element cannot be grasped by mind. Okay, that the Buddha also changed because question is about. So then the Buddha changed the question and explained. I will tell you when you are answering. I will check the sutta to tell you.
是以涅槃为目标，还是以成佛为成为菩萨为修行目标呢？那个张同学的问题我没太看懂哈。你是说你还是说所有的众生还是什么之类的？Sayadaw, there's another question. Can the Deva understand the Pali?
So if the Pali is the Pali used in the Buddha's time, he can understand. So one day we have not the test. It is not the test, but this maybe a sort of story, also maybe personal experience of the one Sayadaw that that Sayadaw make a wish to become a Buddha and also practice so much in the forest. Then after, and also he recite Buddha's teaching, discourses, and Patana, Bali, and so on. Then one day he encountered with the Deva. Okay, and then he asked, "How old are you? How many years have you lived?" Then, so he said, "Many years." Oh, then Sayadaw said, "Okay, then you are present in when the Buddha appeared in the world." Yes, he said. Then, have you ever listened to Buddha teaching? Yes, I got a chance to listen to Dhamma. Then Sayadaw want to know. He continued to ask, I want to know whether the way we recite the Pali and the way the Buddha preached the Pali in Pali language, they are the same or not? Then answer is actually not the same. They are not the same, but very close. Okay, the Pali now we are using is very close, but just close to the Buddha's Pali language during the Buddha's time. Okay, so the point that I want to tell you, okay, if we recite the Pali, then Deva are able to understand, but if or only if this Pali is very close or similar to the Pali language used by the Buddha. Otherwise, they may not be fully understand. They may not fully understand what we recite.
So that question is when there is no Dharma in the human world, so those beings who have abhinya, can they go to the Deva world to listen to Dharma and enter the Nibbana?
So at that time, not okay. So because it is outside the dispensation of the Buddha, so there can be there can be those who attain enlightenment through the self-enlightenment or silent Vajika Buddhas only, not the Deva or not any other being at that time. To attain the enlightenment, to become Arahant. Vijnana, with the Vijnana, they go and listen the Dhamma. Because as I told you in the previous question, so even though Deva are there, but they are preaching the Dhamma in the Sudhamma Sala, Dhamma Sala. But they preach the Dhamma but they may not be able to preach the Dhamma to attain for the attainment of liberation. Maybe they teach Dhamma for the, how to say, the way to have a good character or good mind or loving kindness and so on. That's why it is impossible.
So another question is, when Sayadaw preach Dharma, will the Deva come to listen?
So they may understand or they may not understand. But we don't know whether they come or not. Actually, they were mostly don't approach to the human beings because compared to Deva, human body is a very, very foul smell. Okay, they are not there to approach. So strong for them. Okay, our smell. That's why they don't approach to the human beings mostly.
So Sayadaw, I think it's time now.
Yeah, time is
Yeah,
already 1 hour and 30 minutes. So thank you so much for participation and question and answer. I feel very happy to be with you. So see you tomorrow. Okay. So I will leave the room, the Zoom.
Okay, thank you so much, Sayadaw. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.